What if the person who caused Jungkook's pain wasn't a stranger, but someone the entire world thought they knew? The revelation that has just shaken the entertainment industry began with one statement, an official confirmation from HYBE itself. In a press release that dropped like a thunderclap, the agency acknowledged the existence of an individual responsible for the emotional and physical harm suffered by BTS's youngest member. The news ignited chaos among fans, raising one question that now dominates every conversation online. Who could possibly have hurt Jungkook, and why is HYBE speaking out now? This revelation did not come lightly. For days, social media had been flooded with unverified reports, photos, and whispers. Rumors spread faster than wildfire, painting fragmented pictures of what happened behind the walls of Jungkook's private home. HYBE's silence only fueled the storm until now. The agency's sudden and deliberate statement marked a turning point, confirming that Jungkook was indeed hurt and that the situation was serious enough to warrant legal action. But the most shocking part wasn't the confirmation itself. It was the identity behind it. The person in question, according to internal sources, is not a random intruder, not a nameless threat, but someone who had once been inside Jungkook's circle. That single piece of information changed everything. The line between betrayal and crime suddenly blurred, leaving fans torn between disbelief and heartbreak. Could it be someone close? Someone trusted? The tone of HYBE's response suggested that this was more than a simple incident. It was a deliberate act, one that had left Jungkook shaken both emotionally and physically. HYBE's spokesperson refused to provide the full name of the suspect, citing legal restrictions and the artist's privacy. But the choice of words was chilling. This individual caused direct harm, the statement read. HYBE is cooperating with authorities to ensure accountability and to protect our artist. Those two sentences were enough to send ARMY into overdrive. Theories erupted, and timelines were dissected frame by frame. Who had access to Jungkook's home? Who had appeared around him in recent weeks? Every small clue became magnified as the fandom tried to connect dots that HYBE had deliberately left open. Meanwhile, Jungkook's absence from recent public appearances began to make more sense. Fans had noticed the quiet withdrawal, the canceled schedule, the silence on social media, the way his tone had changed in the last live stream. Now, every moment was being reanalyzed. Was that tired smile hiding pain? Was that quiet pause during his last message to fans a silent cry for help? The question is no longer if Jungkook was hurt, but how deeply the wound runs. Inside HYBE, tension has reportedly escalated. Multiple insiders claim that the management team was caught off guard by how fast the situation spread online. Initially, they had hoped to contain the information, to protect Jungkook from further distress. But once key details began leaking, especially about a private confrontation that took place days before the incident, they had no choice but to speak. Transparency is the only way forward, said one official under condition of anonymity. We could no longer allow false narratives to dominate. Yet, even as HYBE vowed transparency, the mystery deepened. Who exactly was this person? And what was their motive? Some sources pointed toward a former staff member, someone who had once worked closely with the BTS team but had been dismissed months earlier under unclear circumstances. Others whispered about a personal connection, someone who had tried to reach out to Jungkook repeatedly before crossing the line. Whatever the truth may be, HYBE's decision to break its silence suggests that the matter has escalated beyond internal control. The public reaction was immediate and explosive. Within minutes of the announcement, hashtags demanding justice for Jungkook trended worldwide. Messages of support poured in from fans, celebrities, and even other artists under HYBE. The agency's building in Seoul became the focus of media attention, surrounded by reporters desperate for comment. Yet through it all, one image captured global attention. Jin, the eldest BTS member, seen leaving the company headquarters late at night, his expression grim and unreadable. The image spoke volumes. Jin, who has always been Jungkook's protective brother figure, was clearly affected. What had he been told inside that building? Many now speculate that Jin, who returned to the spotlight after completing his military service, was among the first to learn what truly happened. Insiders suggest he has been a quiet pillar for Jungkook, offering emotional support behind the scenes. If true, this adds another layer of poignancy to the story. The image of the oldest and youngest BTS members facing this storm together, as the world watches in both sorrow and anger. The legal investigation, according to local reports, is already underway. Police in Seoul are said to have secured CCTV footage and digital evidence from Jungkook's residence. HYBE has pledged full cooperation, emphasizing that protecting their artists' safety is the company's top priority. Still, questions linger about how such a breach could occur in the first place. How did someone gain access to Jungkook's private space, one that was supposed to be under strict security supervision? Some experts suggest that the attack, or intrusion, might have been emotionally motivated rather than premeditated. Psychological analysts observing the situation point out that Jungkook's immense fame makes him vulnerable to parasocial dynamics, where individuals form obsessive attachments that blur reality. When admiration turns into possession, one analyst stated, it can lead to destructive behavior. But if that is the case, why did HYBE choose to make the matter public? Was it a warning to others, or a plea for empathy toward the star who has always given his all to fans? As more fragments emerge, the emotional toll on Jungkook becomes impossible to ignore. People close to him describe a young man trying to process shock while staying strong for his fans. He's deeply hurt, but he doesn't want people to worry, said one confidant. That alone has fueled an outpouring of love and solidarity online. Messages filled with hope and encouragement now flood every social platform, proving once again that ARMY's unity goes beyond fandom, its family. Yet amid all the compassion, there's a growing call for accountability. ARMY wants answers. They want to know who this person is, what their motive was, and how long HYBE has known the truth. Did the agency act fast enough? Did they underestimate the threat? The silence surrounding these questions suggests that there may be more to this case than the public has been told. Behind closed doors, the company is said to be tightening its security protocols. All staff members are reportedly undergoing renewed background checks, and personal data access has been restricted. These actions indicate that HYBE is preparing for something bigger, perhaps a formal lawsuit or even a public trial. If the identity of the person who hurt Jungkook is revealed in court, the world will finally have its answers. But at what emotional cost to Jungkook himself? The weight of this moment isn't lost on anyone. Jungkook, known for his strength and humility, has faced countless challenges in the spotlight. But this time, the pain feels different. It's not a professional setback or a tabloid rumor. It's a betrayal that struck his personal world. And that makes the recovery much harder. Fans who have followed his journey from debut to global stardom know how private he is, how he values sincerity and connection. To see him hurt by someone he once trusted is a heartbreak that echoes beyond fandom.